Welcome to SAE Convergence. The power of process management using stages has come together with the Rational Team Concert Enactment Engine. We're here to show you more. Stages was developed to help overcome the issue of large policies and procedures produced in many different formats. Stages supports the end user in complex engineering programs with their project relevant information and the translation of process into engineering environments. Stages already supports many automotive organizations to quickly and easily define complex processes, to manage risk of non-compliance, and to deploy those processes to projects and programs. Well, let's just take a look at the big picture for a moment. We may currently have our processes in Word, Excel or Visio, with all of those kind of process assets of templates, checklists and best practices. Well, in Stages, we're able to define process in a database-driven way, to ensure that they're complete and consistent and under control, that they flexibly fit around the way in which our organization currently works, and that the views on those processes are optimized to support our end users in projects and programs. In the next step, we might then manage risk to ensure that we're compliant to maturity models, industry and company standards, such as ISO 26262, Automotive SPICE, or the CMMI. Then, reusing those organizational processes, we can tailor and execute in our projects and programs, making our processes project specific and always ensuring that we're compliant. The end user then has their role and their perspective on the process, so they can quickly and easily find the information that they need. And with that projects-defined process, we have a backbone to connect and configure the environments that they're working with on a daily basis. PLM systems, ALM systems such as Rational Team Concert, projects, document and configuration management systems where work products may reside, can be accessed, connected and configured through our projects-defined process. So the end user has a navigation layer, saving time in finding the information that they need. Whilst those projects then run, we can learn from them. We can measure the results, the metrics from within Stages, or collecting data from multiple repositories, aggregating data, building historical trends so that we can then feed improvements and learn, updating our organizational process to then deploy to our projects and programs. Let's now take a look at Stages live and in action. Here we can see a sample environment that's been pre-configured. I'm currently accessing from my Internet Explorer browser. And if we dive down into a project that's currently using Stages, we can see an entrance page for a software engineering project. And there we can see kind of different perspectives or different entry points into the process. Let's take an activity-based perspective. So if we then click on that, we can now see a list of activities grouped by process area that are to be performed in this project. Some of the elements have been crossed out. These are the elements that are no longer required by this project. They've been tailed away. Let's take an example and look at our Create Module Design activity. So this activity, we can see kind of a process flow. We have inputs of the system design and outputs of the module design. This visualization is just an example that's generated dynamically from the model process in the database. If we then scroll down, and we can see that in this activity we have some responsible roles, supporting roles and informing roles. We have inputs and outputs and a description. So the process context and the steps, the process rules are defined in Stages and made program specific. Now these steps have then been exported into Rational Team Concert, and let's take a look at that. So here we can see my regular Eclipse environment for RTC, and there I'm able to create a new change request. And we can name that change request, maybe CR5 change X, and we maybe have some variables. Maybe some change requests are safety critical or not. Maybe we have an unclear technical solution. We can then save that change request and approve that change request. Now if we refresh our screen, we can then see that the work items that are required to be created based on this change request are then created automatically. So this really saves the end user the manual work of looking up the process. The process rules are defined in stages and are then automatically used to generate the work items that are required. So let's take a look at a specific work item. So here is the create module design work item. And within that, we can see we have some process guidance, we have responsible roles, we have input documents, and we have output documents. So we have the process context there also around this work item. If we were then to click on one of those work items, we have direct access to stages where we can find the system design, where we can access and check out that system design, which is not stored within stages. In this case, it's Subversion. It could be ClearCase or SharePoint or any other repository. So there we have really the process context. We're supporting the end user in performing their daily tasks, making their life easier and saving them time. In summary, Stages and Rational Team Concert enable you to really simplify those complex processes, making them easier to understand, user-centric and project-specific. Then to take those project-specific processes and automate the execution using Rational Team Concert, reducing the manual overhead to do so. Then in the background we can handle those issues like risk of non-compliance to ISO 26262, Automotive Spice, CMMI and many others. So really take advantage of harmonizing and integrating different tools, platforms and repositories using Stages and Rational Team Concert. If you're interested to learn more, visit MethaPark at booth 622, next to the reception area. Other ideas to keep things going might be to try Stages out. Involve more stakeholders by inviting them along to one of our public webinars that you can register for at methapark.com.